Timirandasya gnananjana shalakaya chakshurumilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave namaha. Shri Chaitanya manobhistam stapitam yena bhutale swayam rupa kadam mahyam dadati svapadandikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shiyuta padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha. Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Arada Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Arade Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vanchakalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So, till? Class till? Lunch? Yes. No, but any realistic time or? Because we are late, because devotees were not there, but it's up to you, we can speak. So, I don't have any particular topic from Chaitanya Charitamrita to speak, but I will speak about Chaitanya Charitamrita itself to explain the book, and this book is very unique because it is a self-explanatory book. This book explains itself in a way that author Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, as he writes the Charitra of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is writing how he wrote the book. And so the book is Chaitanya Charitamrita, in translation, the character of living force in immortality. And the living force is not just Jiva, but it's also Swam Bhagavan Shri Krishna, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lord Shri Krishna himself. Antare Krishna, Bahire Gora. Inside he is Krishna, darkish, and outside he is golden. So he starts the book by Mangalacharana. He gives 19 verses of Mangalacharana, and then he explains them. He explains the purpose of Mangalacharana, where he is saying that by invoking Mangalacharana, we will overcome all inauspiciousness. So he's in the beginning, he's saying by 18 Smaran, remembering Guru, Vaishnava and Bhagavan, all Abhishta Puran, all desires will be fulfilled. Abhishta Puran and Sarva Vigna Vinashan, destroy all obstacles. So the purpose of Mangalacharan is then this, to fulfill the desire and to destroy all obstacles. Because this topic is transcendental, and if we approach from this realm, we have to overcome our conditionings. So therefore we have to invoke Mangalacharana every time to get the blessings of Guru, Vaishnava and Bhagavan, And every Mangalacharana is having 3 parts. So, what are these 3 parts? They are Ashirvada, Namaskara, and Vastu Nirdesha. So, the Mangalacharana is then offering obeisances to Guru, previous Acharyas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna. That is Namaskara. Then Ashirvad, the author is invoking blessings on himself and on the reader of the book, so they can grasp the knowledge of the book. And the Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is such a wonderful writer, because he is addressing all future readers, oh my dear Vaishnavas. And then he is addressing us also how to read this book. So, invoking blessings for all the readers in the future, and Vastu Nirdesha, description of subject. What is the subject of book? And the subject of book, this Vastu Nirdesha, is Chaitanya Tattva Nirupana, explanation of truth about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srimad Bhagavatam is saying, starting Vedyam, Vastavam, Atra, Vastu, Shivadam, Tapo Trayon Mulanam. So what is this book about? What is the Vishaya, the subject? Vedyam, Vastavam, the subject matter of Vedas, which is factual, substantial. If there is Vastava Vastu and Avastava Vastu. Vastava Vastu is substantial, means Sat. It's real existence. And there is Avastava Vastu, which is Asat. Subjects of this mic is kind of creating some. Do we need mic? Yes. Yeah? Okay. It's creating some kind of noise. Okay. Like I hear double. I hear myself double. Not 3 types, but 3 components of Mangala. Ashirvad, Namaskara, Vastu Nirdesha. Haribol is still, no? Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol, it's same thing, no? No?
This was better. Mic को थोड़ा लगता है ऊपर करना.
Anyway, we'll tolerate. So, the Shastras are explaining that there are 2 types of subjects. Vastava Vastu and Avastava Vastu. One is about spiritual, factual knowledge, and one is about material. Basically, Paravidya and Aparavidya. Material and spiritual knowledge. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, what is the subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam? What is that? Vedyam Vastavam Atra Vastu. Yeah, what is that in Srimad Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam is a book about Krishna and
glorifying the Lord. Glorification is the pastimes of God.
Yes, this is that. Showing, just by saying this Vastava Vastu, author Shlavyaste have established that pastimes of Krishna are transcendental, they're not material, despite what the Mayavadis would say. It's saying Vastava Vastu. It's not Avastava Vastu. It's real. So if they accept Shlavyasadev, then they have to accept his version. No? So that is in Srimad Bhagavatam. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is Vastu Nirdesha Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is not different from Krishna, whose plenary portion, Amsha, is the super soul, and whose bodily effulgence is Brahmajyoti. So then the whole book is about this. This is the the Vastu Nirdesha. And the author is also teaching us how to approach the book, because sometimes we read books but we have wrong mentalities how to understand. So therefore in 17th just a moment to find. Yes. In 17th Paricheda, he's saying, Ite torka kori kiho no korasam shai, Krishnera chinto shakti matahai. One cannot understand the contradictions in Lord Chaitanya's character by putting forward mundane logic and arguments. This is tarka, logic. That is tarka yukti. Sometime 30, sometime 26 ways of presenting knowledge. So if you just go by that, you can't understand. Consequently, one should not maintain doubts in this connection. One should simply try to understand the inconceivable energy of Krishna. Otherwise, one cannot understand how such contradictions are possible. And what is contradiction? Why would Paramapurusha want to become Prakriti? Means Srimati Radharani's role. So if you think logically in this, why would you basically change your gender? No? Or do you want to become your father? Do you want to become your wife? Or it's strange, no? So, but if you go by mundane logic and arguments, you can't understand. Then he's saying Achintya Bhuta Krishna Chaitanya Bihar Chitra Bhava Chitra Guna Chitra Vyavahar. The pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are inconceivable and wonderful. His ecstasy is wonderful, his qualities are wonderful, and his behavior is wonderful. Chitra. Tarke iha nahi mane jai durachar kumbipaka pache tore nahi kanistar. If one simply adheres to mundane arguments and therefore does not accept this, he will boil in the hell of Kumbhipaka. For him there is no deliverance. So by Tarka again, he's saying you will create durachar, misbehavior. So students should behave as per sadachar, and durachar is opposed to that. So if someone is overly logical like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, then for him it's difficult to change the heart, because this, as we will hear, these topics are Paratattva Sakshatkar. They are to be experienced in transcendental vision. We can't just grasp them by our logic. Achintya kalu ye bhava natam starkena yojayet prakriti bhya paramyacha tadachintya sya lakshanam. Anything transcendental to material nature is called inconceivable, whereas arguments are all mundane. Since mundane arguments cannot touch transcendental subject matters, one should not try to understand transcendental subjects through mundane arguments from Mahabharata. Because we have cognitive limitations, so whatever is supracognitive, you can't understand then through inductive knowledge. Means Aroha Panta, just like in harmonium we have Aroha Panta and Avaroha Panta scale. So in the same way, Aroha Panta we can't understand the something which is above. Just like we say, there is a fire on mountain. So how do we know there is a fire on mountain if we are in distance? Because there is a smoke. Where there is smoke, there is a fire. How do we connect? Through pratyaksha of fire and smoke. There's always connection. Symptom linga of fire is smoke. And Tarka and Anuman are always based on pratyaksha. So above that, our mind cannot go. It just can be or cannot be. Or can be or may not be. Above that. Everything else is just speculation. So then we have to recognize it, and admit our defects, doshas. Otherwise, we may just project things on spirituality or transcendence, but we have to actually receive them as per this through descending knowledge. Then Adbhuta Chaitanya Lilaya Jahara Vishwas Se Jana Jaya Chaitanya Pada Pash. Only a person who has firm faith in the wonderful pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can approach his lotus feet. So what is the method? Vishwas. And Vishwas is not kind of religious faith, because the Sanatana Dharma is knowledge-based system, and religions are faith-based system. And that's the difference, because in religion you have to wait till the end of life to verify was that truth or no what I was believing. But this system is not like this. So Vishwas, we don't have English word for that actually. It's kind of faith in expectation and hope of revelation. Basically the point is revelation. You have confidence that this Krishna will appear in Saksha Darshan, and you will be able to have experience of Binatva Nama Namino. That name and the named are non-different. So that is that Vishwas. Then saying Prasange Kohilai Siddhantera Shar Ihajay Shune Shuddha Bhakti Hoyatar. In this discourse, Prasanga, I have explained the essence of devotion conclusion. Anyone who hears this develops unalloyed devotional service to the Lord. So the benefit of hearing, he's giving the Shuddha Bhakti Hoyatar. The person will achieve Shuddha Bhakti, because hearing how great devotees, associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, have been so pure, then naturally we are inclined towards that. Because this book is the best role model for our children to be educated. It's better actually than Ramayana, it's better than Mahabharata, it's better even in Bhagavatam in that way. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu have accepted the mood of devotee, Bhakta Bhav, and he is the, idol for children to achieve. Not only children, we are also children. No? So therefore we should base our education on that, because we are trying to emulate the position of devotee as well. Just like in secular education, they name the school as per king, sheikh, great politician in the past, poet or so. No? So our school is also like this, Chaitanya Vaishnavism, Gaudiya Vaishnavism. And the central role is having Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who have accepted the mood of devotee and personally taught the Raga Marga Bhakti. So we said about Mangalacharana, why is Mangalacharana important, and how to approach the book. And I said that author have been using self-explanatory methods, and he's also quoting another sources of literary sources of his book, and we know how he's giving all credit for writing this book to Vrindavan Das Thakur, who is Chaitanya Lila Vyas. He is Srila Vyasadev in Chaitanya Lila. And why is he giving credit? Because Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur have established all the pastimes about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but some of the teachings of Shesha Lila, Antya Lila have not been described. And these are most important teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and therefore Krishna Das Kaviraj was requested by devotees in Vrindavan if he can kindly write about these pastimes. And why he? Because we know about the Antya Lila from the Kadacha of Swarup Damodar Goswami. So he wrote a Sutra Kadacha, the Kadacha in form of sutras, very brief, Sutra Kadacha. And then Raghunath Das Goswami, who was his Shiksha disciple, he expanded this, Vritti Panjika. Vritti Panjika means like puffing like cotton. He took those sutras and he expanded them. So then Raghunath Das Goswami came to Vrindavan, to Radhakund, after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Swarup Damodar Goswami, everyone left. Then he came to be in association of other Goswamis, and he took Swarup Damodar Kadacha, brought to Vrindavan. And then Raghunath Das Goswami was personally, with his mouth, mukha, narrating these pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Puri to Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. And therefore he is saying that these are not my words, these are words of Raghunath Das Goswami. And this is the literary source of this book. For Antya Lila, for Adi Lila, it is from Murari Gupta Kadacha. And along with these two books, he is quoting Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. He is quoting Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Ujjvala Nilamani, Guranga Stava, Guranga Stava Kalpavriksha of Raghunath Das Goswami, then Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka. And basically this biography of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is considered the culmination of all other biographies, because previously the tattva was not so much explained. Just like this we say Vastu Nirdesha is Chaitanya Tattva Nirupana, the explanation of truth about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Previous authors, even Vrindavan Das Thakur, didn't give so much philosophical understanding of that. He was narrating the pastime, just like Ramayana is narrating the pastime. Some philosophy is there, but mostly is theology. But he considered it very important to explain that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Swayam Bhagavan Shri Krishna. So therefore this book is considered the ultimate biography for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So these are the literary sources, and there's so many things to say about that. Yeah, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the way he was teaching was by his example, and he instructed in different ways, different devotees, and through teaching, for example, Rupa and Sanatana Goswami, we get our Abhideya Gyan, Sambandha Gyan, because in Rupa Shiksha, he was teaching him Abhideya Gyan, Shuddha Bhakti, especially Bhakti Rasa. And then to Sanatana Goswami, he was teaching him all the avatar vada, how different avatars are expanding, how jiva is conditioned, what is matter, what is Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, and then he is explaining him Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, he also starts to explain Bhava Bhakti and Prema Bhakti. And the detailed teachings of Prema Bhakti are explained by Swarup Damodar Goswami to Raghunath Das Goswami. And for that reason we have these three acharyas. Sanatana Goswami is Sambandha Acharya. Then Rupa Goswami is Abhideya Acharya, and Raghunath Das Goswami is Prayojana Acharya. And we see how Raghunath Das Goswami have really, by personal example, shown what means to be a Rupanuga, because Rupa Goswami wrote things about Abhideya, about Shuddha Bhakti, but then when we read Stavavali, Raghunath Das Goswami, then we see how someone have really achieved that, how he acts in Sadhaka Deha and in Siddha Deha. And so that's the real path of Rupanuga, to follow in Sadhaka Deha, but also to achieve the Siddha Deha. So he is the first one who is mentioning this term Rupanuga, that I am the follower of Rupa Goswami. And this knowledge was not, to say, just invented by these devotees. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave them a mission to collect Shastras to Vrindavan, and then after studying them, Vichara, Anusandana, researching them, then establish the pure devotional service. So they took so many manuscripts over there, and then after researching, and Gopal Bhatta Goswami came from Srirangam, who was also a very learned personality, and then 6 of them altogether wrote all these books. Actually, there was so much of combined teamwork to write these books, because, for example, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave order to Sanatana Goswami to write Hari Bhakti Vilas. But being in Srirangam, Gopal Bhatta Goswami knew a lot of Agama Shastra, Tantra Shastra, etc. So he compiled Sanatana Hari Bhakti Vilas, and Sanatana Goswami gave a commentary on that, Digdarshini Tika. So together they wrote actually all these books. Of course, some are personal, but it was combined work. And Sandarbhas of Jiva Goswami were also contributed by other acharyas, and especially Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And we see actually the transference of a legacy. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he appeared to taste the mellows of love of Godhead, Prema Rasa Niryasa, Korite Asvadana. And to taste that, he went to Rajmundri to learn from Ramananda Rai. And over there he, to say, learned and achieved the realization of this Prema Rasa. Because Sarabhama Bhattacharya told him that, if you are going to South India, you have to go and meet Ramananda Rai. He knows all these things. And he went there, and there he learned Rasa Tattva Jnana, Rasa Tattva Jnana Shravana, hearing about the Rasa Tattva Jnana, the knowledge about the mellows and truths of devotional service. And he was in such ecstasy over there, and when he came back to Puri, on the way to Vrindavan, he taught Rupa Goswami. So what he taught Rupa Goswami? The same thing which he heard from Ramananda Rai. And actually, why would Lord learn from someone else? No? He said he empowered Ramananda Rai. Ramananda Rai is saying, I am the Vakta, you are Shrotra, but I don't know, am I speaking now or you are speaking? Because you are Chaitya Guru and I see you in front of me. So you're speaking from inside and you're hearing outside. Who is speaking here? He's giving an analogy, like sun evaporates the water from ocean, creates the clouds. The clouds bring the water back to the ocean. So like this we too are. So you're the water, you're the omniscient, Sarvagya, and I'm just showering you back with this knowledge, So this is basically his knowledge, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's knowledge, heard from the mouth of great devotee, just like Srila Vyasadeva have taught Srimad Bhagavatam Shukadeva Goswami, and then he was hearing from him. Why? Because it's better from the mouth of devotee. This is how Lord thinks. This is bhakti from the perspective of Prayojana Gyan. Krishna is Sambandha Gyan, the masculine principle. Devotee is feminine principle, Prayojana Gyan. So, Vyasadeva, he taught Shukadeva Goswami, and then he's hearing. Why? Because Shuka Mukha Amrita Drava Samyutam. He touched with his mouth. And therefore this mango of Srimad Bhagavatam is even more sweeter. So this is the ancient method of publishing books. If you ever want to publish books, you can write the book, then you teach, get the feedback of senior Vaishnavas, and then whatever they said, you incorporate, and then you publish. So they used to do like that. Some other in tradition are also. So what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught Rupa Goswami is actually this Rasa Tattva Gyan, and he empowered him, Shakti Sancharan. He infused the knowledge through vichar, through discussion, into his heart. And therefore Rupa Goswami was so much empowered to write all these books. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally also have taught formally and informally. We see how he didn't create the university, and he was the university. Wherever there is a guru, the school is there. That's the problem with modern education. We need so much facility, and what's the quality of curriculum? There is no self-realization. There is no self-realization on a material level. Like what is my varna, what is my ashram, what to say about spiritual, Atma Vidya. So it's lost the importance. So what's the point of all these buildings and national curriculums if you don't have this? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shown that education can be informal and formal. He was teaching formally Rupa and Sanatana Goswami, but informally also in his ecstasy. He was always reciting Gitas and Shlokas and spontaneously explaining them. So what that means, it means the teacher should always be ready to share his realizations, not depend on just informations. The teacher should give his own realizations. So he, in Antyalila, we see how slowly he actually fulfilled the purpose of his appearance, and that is to taste the love of Godhead. And how he tasted the love of Godhead? Through kavya. And interestingly, in his childhood, he was grammarian and logician, and he knew kavya as well. So he didn't reject this as a secular knowledge. Apara Vidya. He used explaining the highest. Through kavya he explained prema bhakti. He's saying one verse like this, without alankara, poetical embellishments, one fly is attacking me. Without kavya alankaras, it is not possible to preach rasa prachar. So how important is actually to learn these alankaras? How poetry is composed, granta rachana, how books are composed. And otherwise, what we are preaching to people? Are we in line with tradition, or we are inventing our own things? Because parampara means shiksha. And what shiksha you get? So we need to know how to study books. Because what's the role of Guru? To explain you books. Of course, all other limbs of devotional service, 64 limbs of devotional service, but one of Panchanga Bhakti is Bhagavad Shravan. Bhagavad Shravan includes all other books. So Guru's primary role is to teach Srimad Bhagavatam and other literatures. And that is the University of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How we came to that? Lord Chaitanya was teaching, formally, informally. Yes, and yes, about Alankaras. So we definitely have to enable our children in future and all young devotees to get this knowledge. And Acharyas, they have given so much effort to write these books. For example, there is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, but Jiva Goswami, he wrote Bhakti Rasamrita Shesha, the poetry to understand Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the theory of poetry to understand Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. What a wonderful thing. And it's available in English. You can read. You can read, you can at least grasp as much as you can, as we can. So why not to try this and give to our children also in future, that they can have better opportunities than we. This is also the duty of every generation, not to leave controversies, traumas from previous generations, but to give wisdom and knowledge. This is Vedic path. We hear about great sages, our grandfathers. They were people of wisdom and knowledge. They gave us knowledge. And what should we do? What should we give? Oh, we were so stressful because of job and studying and like this. So, what we are living? Are we, are we heroes or what we are, or villains in a story of life? Very important. What we will leave to next generation. He used kavya in childhood, and we hear how he defeated Keshava Kashmiri, guna dosha vichar. In kavya you always have what are qualities and what are errors. So Keshava Kashmiri, the great Pandit, he recited, I think, 108 verses in the glory of Ganges. And he said, so, what do you say now? You are beginner in grammar. What do you know about kavya? And then he recited, just heard once, recited this verse, and he explained what are gunas and doshas. He was shocked. He was shocked, like, how is this possible? He was a great expert. He explained Atmarama Shloka in 64 ways. If you want to learn how to give a class, then you read Madhya Lila, 25th Paricheda. Because over there he is giving class. How to give a class. He explained word by word, then he combined different possibilities of Sanskrit. Then he said, but now I will give you real purport, Artha, Shloka Artha. And then he is saying Atmarama is devotee. So just this whole chapter is just how to give a class. So this book is amazing, if you ask me. He explained how to write a book, how to write a class, how to write a poetry, how to write a drama. Not only how to give a class, but how to write a drama. Nataka Likana. Rupa Goswami came to Jagannath Puri to meet Mahaprabhu after meeting in Prayag. He went to Vrindavan, then to Puri to meet him again. He had the desire. So when he was on the way somewhere in Orissa, he had a swapna of Satyabhama, that now you should write 2 natakas, one with Dagda Madhava and one Lalita Madhava, about Vrindavan and about Dwaraka. And then he got inspiration for writing this drama. He wrote some kadachas also. He came to Jagannath Puri, and Mahaprabhu told him, actually, I also think that you should write 2 dramas. Then it was confirmed, what he had in dream Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying. And then Ramananda Rai came. And Ramananda Rai was great, knowledgeable personality in Natya Shastra, Rasa Shastra, Kavya Shastra. So he said, okay, let me hear. And then he's asking him how he wrote the Natakas. And then he explains, Nandi Shloka, introductory verse is this, and this. Basically, he explains the theory, how to write not only a drama, but story. If you want to teach kids how to write a story, all elements are there. Who is hero, what is the scene, who is the villain, everything. And there's so many details are there. So then Ramananda Rai is hearing, he said, wow, Ashcharya, this is amazing. And you know what he said then to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He said, now I see that whatever I have told you in Rajmundri, you have very nicely taught Rupa Goswami, you have empowered him. So obviously the flow of knowledge is there. And about the giving the class, you have also some other references. For example, Harer Nama Shloka Vyakyana. He explained Harer Nama Shloka inside from Brihad Naradiya Purana. In a similar way, there are 5 things in giving a class. Vyakyana Panchalakshana, the 5 characteristics of an explanation. One is Padacheda, divide word by word, synonyms. Then Padartha, give a meaning of each word. Then from these meanings, Padacheda, Padartha, Yojana, construct the sentence. Make analysis of the sentence. Then Bhava, give the real purport, what's the meaning of this shloka. And on the end, Samadhana, reconcile the objections. Because in Vedic presentation of knowledge, you always have to introduce Purvapaksha. Purvapaksha means objection. But some other people, another sampradaya is saying something else. So you have to introduce that, and otherwise the reader will have doubt. But I heard from, such and such. Srila Prabhupada uses these methods. You can find in purports, he is saying, sorry?
About impersonalist view and
Yes, sometimes he writes like this. Someone may object, or other people say. Like this he writes in purport. So this is starting Purvapaksha. Because if you have Panchanga Nyaya, 5 methods of debate. First is Vishaya, the subject. Then Samshaya, the doubt. Why is like this? Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. Why? You have to give reason. The had to. Then Purvapaksha. The Shaiva is coming. No, but Shaiva Purana is saying Shiva is Maheshwar. And then Uttarapaksha, you have to basically defeat him, but you have to reconcile these 2 points. You cannot just dismiss his point. You have include his point. Yes, Shiva is also Parama, and there is no difference between Shiva and Krishna, but they are like a yogurt and milk. And this yogurt and milk, you have to give, I think it's called Udarana, illustration. And then for that you need to also give on the end Nigamana. You have to quote Shastras. Okay, you say all this, but where is that written? And this is how you come to Siddhanta. Nigamana or Siddhanta. So otherwise, sometime, we can give a class, but it's just a bunch of different quotes which are unorganized. Every school in India, school of thought, has their own method of presentation. Our main method is Sambandha Vidya Prayojana. And there can be incorporated into this Panchanga Nyaya. Like first one is Vishaya. That is Sambandha. What is the topic? Sambandha. So then Purvapaksha, Uttarapaksha are Abhideya. How do you reconcile this topic? And then Siddhanta, this is Prayojana Gyan. So everything is can be encapsulated in Sambandha Vidya Prayojana. So in that way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu have taught us so many things. And author, Krishna Kaviraj Goswami, but the most important, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by personal example, he taught how to be a devotee, by acharan. He's saying, Shikaila Lila Acharana Dharya. That through enacting his pastimes, he taught us pure devotional service. So he was not only doing prachar, but also achar. And therefore he was, authentic person, acharya. And he told to Haridas Thakur that you're such a great personality, because there are people who behave properly, but they don't teach this to others. So they only do for themselves. They do achar, but no prachar. They're not compassionate. But there are those who are preaching prachar, but they don't follow. But you're so great. You're doing both. So he taught us, actually, you have to be exemplary if you want to, be authentic devotee. Not only for yourself and not only for others. And if you don't do for yourself, how can you teach? He said in the beginning, apanyachari. You have to practice by yourself. So the whole method of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very nicely preserved in this book. We should take the full shelter of that book and emulate in our lives, and try to help other devotees to do the same. So many more things could be said, but I made presentation like this, so maybe there is some question or comment. Anything else?
This is the first time I'm seeing the book in this aspect, the way you taught
Uh-huh.
us. Yeah. I think this was the first step to read Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Mm.
So I told that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving an example through teaching us how we taught in the Madhya Leela. What was that reference?
That actual reference is, I think, from Adi Lila, Shikala Lila Acharana Dvare. That he, through enacting his pastimes, he taught us Raga Marga Bhakti. And we see that all the way through Chaitanya Charitamrita, how both he and devotees have acted spontaneously in devotional service. And he also taught us the sadachar through his lila, how he acted with different devotees. And there's so many lessons about the culture, behavior, mannerisms in Gaudiya Vaishnavism, just how he behaved with devotees. Any lila is actually an example of that, but let's say, for example, Chota Haridas or Damodar Pandit. Damodar Pandit was a senior to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he chastised Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Vakyadanda. He's saying that there is a Shikshadanda, the teaching stick. He did Vakyadanda, by words he chastised him. And it was not in bad intention. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted. So we see how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is again teaching by example. Accept the scolding of seniors if there is good intention. Otherwise you have a duty to, not to object, but to say your version. And because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a sannyasi, and there was a small boy who was coming, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him mercy. And Damodar Pandit was thinking, but this boy is the son of widow, so what will people think about Chaitanya? So because of sneha, the affection, he behaved like that. So this book is real Vaishnava care. If you want to do Vaishnava care, this book is fully about that. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he in Madhya Leela 10th chapter, he is welcoming devotees in Jagannath Puri. This Sarva Vaishnava Milan is so nice, how he managed everything, how he addressed everyone in assembly, juniors offering obeisance to seniors. He's telling to juniors to respect seniors, to give them proper accommodation, to take care of them. Oh, amazing thing. We think, oh, this is management, this is modern thing, no? In those times they were normal, behaving as per their own, their own natural inclinations. But no, he managed everything very, very nicely. And so many other examples of things, for example, Paramananda Puri, Nindaka Svabhav, the behavior and character of offender, the critique, how to not to be critique in devotional service. And Antelila is establishing that bhakti is above mukti. Sanatana Goswami have burned his feet fully by going on the sand and Samudra, and he didn't even feel he was going to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he was above, happiness and distress, pleasure and pain, and like that. And what else is there? Loving dealings of Jagannatha Pandita and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, showing that sadhu sangha is above mukti, and so many other.
You said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching how we should take a class. That comes in which?
Madhya Lila, 25th Paricheda, but actually last 5 chapters or 6 chapters of Antya Lila, everything is about that. How he spontaneously was explaining scriptures, but not only giving words, but giving his own emotions into that. He revealed his emotions in that, his realizations. And then he said sometimes he recited verses from other scriptures, and sometimes he composed his own. And which verses he composed, which we have? Shikshashtakam, yes? So 8 verses of instructions. Again, he's teaching. In Shikshashtaka, everything is summarized, from Shraddha to Prema, from Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti to Prema Bhakti. Everything is there. Shikshashtaka, yeah. So if you want to teach, then Shikshashtaka. Shiksha Ashtaka. No? So everything, he instructed everything there. We can think more deeply about that, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote Sanmodana Bhashya about Shikshashtaka, so over there so many points are explained. Anything more? No. Okay. All right, if that's all, then thank you so much. Then we'll stop. Prabhu said till. You have some? Okay. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji asked that about Shikshashtakam, Pranadati Sunicena. That humility is very easy to demonstrate with outside. When we go, it's very easy to demonstrate. But when it comes to people in our own house, it's very difficult because we are day in and out visiting our own children and husband and relatives. So how is that to be cultivated?
I think this outside is not humility, it's timidity. No, this outside, what you're saying, is not humility, it's timidity. Timidity, you know what means? Timidity, it means, how do we define timidity? Someone who is timid, can someone check in Google Translate to give Hindi so they can get closer understanding? So outside we behave like, like a, yes, like that, yes.
But when we come home, it's like totally our face changes. That sweetness is gone when, because we have been seeing, okay, she's my daughter, I might be not so sweet to her. I'll be very that way. So that humility, how do we develop that?
At home. I don't live at home. So what can I say? Lack of courage and confidence. Yeah. And sometimes that looks like a humility, but is Hanuman humble? Why he's humble? Taking the order of Ram, but he's fighting. He's arrogant. I'll burn Lanka. Bhima, is he humble? No. Bhima is proud externally, but I will do this for Krishna. This is humility. I may like it or no, but I will do it. So duty, Mataji, I think at home. We should do nishkama karma. Because of duty, I serve my children. Because of duty, I serve Krishna and take care of everything for him. It can be good for me or maybe bad for me, but I will do it. Then mind becomes still and we will avoid offenses. Like Gita is saying, you have a right to perform your duty. That is nishkama karma. And then we will not take for granted other people. And through that we can develop another part, tolerance. And tolerance is not tolerance is not, holding things for yourself and suffering because of that. Let go, but you may understand that someone is harming you, but tolerating on material level means that you are just suffering. But that's not spiritual tolerance. Spiritual tolerance means that you have compassion. You have compassion towards that person, and for that reason, spiritual reason, you can handle that. And otherwise you're just holding grudge, and with time you will explode, and then you will say bad words to your family members, and you will scold them and say whatever you said. Mataji is heavy sometime, or no? Publicly she will be timid, no? But at home, I think that's normal behavior, no? In material world, and we should bring family to sattva guna and then to shuddha sattva, to bhakti, because the forms of behavior will not change. We can just purify them. Our psychology is not to stop pain or to stop agony or to stop stress. That's impersonal philosophy, which means that you have to nullify all this. But if you read for example, the Rasa Shastra, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, you will see the symptoms of for example, Ashta Sattvika Bhava, of Anubhava, or Vyabhichari Bhava, 33, I think there. Do you think what kind of psychology is this? Is the psychology of distressed person, grief, moroseness, in prema bhakti. So these things will not go. They will be transformed into bhakti, and they will be the source of pleasure. Because in this world, if we don't have connection of senses with sense objects, then this source of pain. But in spiritual, if the senses are not connected with the object, then the more ecstasy is created, more longing for that object. He reveals himself internally. So that creates more love in spiritual terms. In material terms, creates more lust. And lust means dissatisfaction. Why are all conditioned souls lusty? Because dissatisfied. And then more and more and more. I want more and more. Finally never satisfied. And then greed is created. And when lust is satisfied, then greed is created. I want more of this. When lust is not satisfied, then anger is created. Oh, I didn't get my cookie. And like that. So I think nishkama karma for families, duty. And Vedic family means duty. Where do we read about family? In Shastras. What do you think? You know the answer, just try to think. Oh, okay, of course, but in that way, in all scriptures are like this. But family is which ashram? Grihastha ashram. Where do we read about Grihastha ashram? Dharma. Where do we read about ashram and dharma? In Dharma Shastra, about dharma. No? So, which is Dharma Shastra? Manu Samhita for all Chatur Yugas. Then for Kali Yuga, Yagyavalkya and Parashara Samhita. Parashara Smriti, pardon. So over there we read about family. What are duties of Purusha, Stri, Atiti Seva. All these things are there. And the essence there is always Nishkama Karma. And we see our elders in India, they used to act like that because of duty. And therefore the strong bonds were always there. Otherwise, another scenario is that we want to enjoy our family members. No, we think they are there to satisfy us. And the only solution really always is to be servant. If we have that attitude, this is our strength. If you have sometime are distressed, if sometime you want to control any situation, financial, finish exams, just remember that you are servant. And what servants do? Servant does his duty, and master will give the result. We have problems because we think we have to master the results. I'm giving so much of success, so much of karma pal, and punya pal. I'm the Bhoktaram Yagyatapas Sarvaloka Maheshwara. But therefore a servant. And servant is doing Nishkama Karma. Anytime. Servant means to be available. Yeah, so like that I think. Thank you.
The leader of the family, so when he takes care of the family as a part of duty, that means it should be without any expectation, right?
Yeah.
So if you have expectations, then you will have discouragement every moment.
Yes. Actually, if you ask me, what means leader? It means nourisher, Vishwambar. The leader is, because leader means Purusha. Purusha means always action, and Prakriti means reaction. The gentleman does something for the lady, and then she reacts nicely towards that. So the Prakriti is always following. That doesn't mean that lady cannot be leader. The wife, the mother is leading children, no? She's the Adi Guru. So woman can also be a leader. We just have different positions in life, but leader means action. So what is that action? The leader must do first. One question. The husband comes home and everything is a mess. Nothing is cooked. Children are screaming and everything is dirty, this, that. And then the husband becomes angry and he chastises his wife very heavy with his words. In that moment, you know what's the question? Is he Purusha or Prakriti? He is male, of course. But is he masculine or feminine at that time? Why? React, yes. He is dependent. Masculine means not to be dependent on situation. Why can a man be yogi? He doesn't care if it's snow or rain or fire. Doesn't care. Men can act like that. But in this situation, he is a Prakriti. He is feminine. He is dependent on situation. And in other words, he is not self-controlled, sense-controlled, and he is possessed by this situation. The situation have overwhelmed him. So he's Prakriti. So what means then to be male? How should male or Purusha, masculine, think in this situation? What have I did that this has happened? This means leader. Not, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Leader means I didn't do it. Because you have to do primary creation. So primary creation Lord Krishna always does. Then Prakriti is done by Brahma and others. We also engage here and there to help create, no? But what means leader? Atmarama, self-satisfied. Then you can be sense control. If you're Atmarama, you're satisfied, then Pararamata. Then what means leader is this what you're saying? Then you're giving satisfaction to others. From that position you go into relationship. Otherwise you will want to have high expectations from family members, and they may be dissatisfied with you, and basically you're not attractive. One of greatest qualities of leader is that he is Krishna, attractive, all attractive. So therefore Krishna is God, because he's all attractive. He's the greatest leader. So if you want to learn leadership and management, read Krishna book. So Atmarama and then Pararamata. This is the essence of all leadership. And what gives pleasure to Krishna? That gopis are satisfied, Vrajavasis are satisfied. Then such person is attractive. Now, how should father act? How should mother act? How are you studying? How is everything? How was in school? All these simple things. You prepare things before they do things that they even don't know. The husband is going to work, iron him clothes, prepare food. Even if he doesn't ask you, then this will create a bond. Then you will not think about other things. My ashram, my shelter is here. So this is the reciprocation, I would say, in ashram. And for that we always have to be the first. No matter what happens, especially for male, you have to take absolute radical responsibility. It's no one else's fault, it's your fault. Otherwise we can't be responsible, we can't take any position. So whatever happens, it's my responsibility. And this is the attitude also of servant, no? It's not arrogant position, it's servant, position of servant. Because yes, what could have I done? What could have I do better before so that this doesn't need to happen? Yeah. So yeah, the leader is Atmarama Pararamata. Okay. Anything else, bro? No? Okay.
And leader should be Atmarama with consistency.
Sorry? Yeah, you have.
Atmarama, not one day and the second day to change the position.
Yeah, but you see, Gita is teaching this leadership course from Gita, third chapter, then fifth also, in gain, loss, in success and failure. You should be equiposed, not sometime, excited, sometime depressed. No, you should be equiposed and always do your duty. Nishkama karma, basically. And if you hear whoever is successful in life, they are like that. They're following Gita unconsciously. I mean, they know the values, what they follow, and the knowledge, but they may not know it's from Gita, because Gita is not just book. It's to say universal Akash, because Gita is explaining reality. In 15th chapter of Gita is saying that how is saying? That the hymns of Vedas are the Vishayas of this world. So where are Vedas? People are asking, Vedas have been lost. What a nonsense, Vedas are everywhere. You just need to see meanings in reality. And book is there to help us. The Veda is not only book. Veda means knowledge, knowledge is consciousness. So if you are aware of reality, that is Veda. Then you act as per knowledge. So what Bhagavad Gita is Veda. So the knowledge is not lost. It's always available. We just need to revive it in ourselves.
So whatever the leader or the members of the family, whatever they experience or maybe they face, it also has some connection with Purva Paksha, like for some previous karmas. Also can affect you one way or the other.
Oh, certainly. Arjuna was the same. He forgot Bhagavad Gita. He started to fight, and because of those turbulences, people were losing heads, hands, the blood was, oozing, sprinkling from their neck. You read Mahabharata, no? No, not that she's scared. No, it's, and pages after, like 200 pages, just war. Even more than 200 pages, just war. So in all that, he forgot Bhagavad Gita. So then Krishna, he retold him Bhagavad Gita. There is 4 Gitas in Mahabharata. Krishna had to retell. He told to Yudhishthir. Yudhishthir conquered all this, and he was in such a pain because being compassionate Vaishnava, how could we do this? He couldn't, accept this. For us to be on throne. In the beginning, I didn't want to be on throne, and just now, for me to be on throne, I have to kill all them. And you lose basically paravidya, transcendental knowledge, because we become overpowered by illusion, seeing, such a loss. So it will happen. We will lose steadiness. We will lose all these things. But what to do then? Abhyasa, Gita is saying, repetition. Abhyasa yoga. Repeat and repeat and repeat. So doesn't matter whatever happens, you will always have to stand up. Stand up, Arjuna, and fight. What else can you do?
So previous karma will get defeated automatically consistently.
If slowly we develop this nishkama karma, this is one of imperatives, to develop nishkama karma, and then from there the steadiness will be. Because if we have sakama, we do karmas with sakama, then when we get the result, we'll be in excitement. But if there is no result, then we'll be in grief, and this creates duality in mind, and there is no strong identity. But if you're if you know your identity and you act as per nishkama karma, what is our identity? We are servants. We are not enjoyers. So this identity gives the strength to mind to resist the dualities of pleasure and pain, happiness and unhappiness, etc. So slowly develop nishkama karma attitudes. And that's the nature of soul, nishkama karma, to be selfless. Because being satisfied, eternal, no need for anything else. Exactly.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for a wonderful class. And this is Prabhu's last class during this visit. And so we expect Prabhu to be in Balaramdesh very soon. So I'd like to thank you, Prabhuji, and to thank Prabhuji. Let us recite one more time Hare Krishna Mahamantra all together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.